So, the Academy consists of a number of interactive tutorials which will guide you through the controls of the game if you're playing it for the first time. Let's just look at the introduction first. If you start Alite for the first time, you will be asked if you want to go to the Academy directly. So you can, if you're a complete newbie to the game, you'll be introduced directly. Let me show you.
Welcome to your basic training, Nugget. I am Commander Quello, and I'll make sure that you can handle that Cobra once you get out of my training. Remember, kid, owning a Cobra does not give you the ability to fly it. I will give you that ability. What you see on the screen in front of you is the status screen. You can check all the details of your Cobra. It tells you where you are currently docked and where you're headed. Watch that condition, your rating, the fuel, and find one more thing about the status. On the right-hand side, you find the command console. Put your finger on it and drag it all the way up.
I've told you all this already, so no need to repeat this. But in this case, the tutorial really becomes interactive, and now Commander Quello asks you to drag the command console all the way up. So this is the first time when you have to actually do something. So he wants you to drag this all the way up. I'll do that in a minute, but let me tell you about the voice actors I used in Alite. I was very happy to have found a great site called voiceactingclub.com, where you find a lot of very, very talented voice actors who offer their services completely for free. All they ask in return is that you name them in the credits of the game, which I'm delighted to do, of course. In this case, Commander Quello is read by R.J. O'Connell, and he did a wonderful job because he had a lot of lines to read. And the way it works on voiceactingclub.com is that you write a description of what you need of your characters, and you give them time to audit. So let's say you let them audit for 2 or 3 weeks, and in that period you'll get a number of auditions, and in the end you pick the winner. And there are amazing talents out there. Alite would never have reached the atmospheric depth it now has, in my opinion at least, if it weren't for the voice actors. They did an awesome job. So okay, let's finish up this tutorial quickly, or I'll interrupt it now. But let's drag the console all the way up.
Fascinating, eh? Okay. This console allows you to interact with the station you are...
So Commander Quello will talk you through the controls of Alite. Let's look at one more tutorial just to show the way the real interactivity goes. Let's have a look at basic flying, or at least the beginning of basic flying. I'm going to skip over some of these lines because it's not really important right now, but I just want to show you a couple of things. So,
good morning, kiddo. We'll do some real flying today, so you'd better pay attention. The horizontal bars on the radar tell you the direction in which an object is. Vertical bars indicate the difference in altitude relative to your ship. Too difficult for you, rookie? Let me show you.
Okay.
See those two?
The
blue
details.
button in if out, but what I will to now. Are you ready to take command of the Cobra? Try to bring the blue target into the crosshairs in front of you.
And that's exactly what we're doing now. We'll rotate the Cobra until we have the blue target in front of us. Here we go.
Not bad for a rookie. You sure took your time. You will have to master the controls in order to survive, wet nose. Why don't you get the yellow target in front of you?
And so on and so on. He will teach you basically everything there is to learn about flying. Also, he will teach you how to dock properly. So if you have problems docking, you should probably go through the basic flying tutorial where this is addressed. And again, in the advanced flying tutorial, at the very end, you have to dock on your own. These are very good practice rounds for actually docking, because docking is still considered to be hard by many players. I have had one review where a player said, okay, docking is practically impossible. Oh, sorry about that. I think it's actually a little too easy, but that's of course unfair to say because I've had, I don't know, 200 hours of practice maybe. I have no feel for the difficulty of Alite. Um, I've heard other players who were familiar with Elite that docking is still as hard as it used to be, but they managed, and eventually you will be able to afford a docking computer. You can always save your game. Oh, that's here, of course. You can always save your game in between. Also note that there is an autosave function, so your game progress should never be lost unless the game crashes. It's still safe to say that you should probably save once in a while, just to be on the safe side. Alite is not bug free yet. Um, Okay, so this is all for the Academy. Now I think I'll activate the cheat mode and then we'll get closer to why this game is actually featured on Chris' Twitch channel. Why don't we do that? Let me enter a couple of cheats, but I won't let you watch. So see you in a bit.